Hi, it's Amanda. Welcome to my channel. I've been asked by many subscribers over the last several months for my thoughts on As I Am, the brand, or if I haven't yet reviewed, to put it in my queue. I'm here now to say that review is not coming, and here's why. Spoiler alert, it's the ingredients. For those of you who've been with my channel for the last several months, you know I'm an ingredients fiend. Based on my extensive research, there are certain ingredients I just don't want in my hair care because really, I just don't have to have it in order to grow long, healthy, natural hair. The follicles on my scalp and yours are just another entryway into your body, something many people don't consider. Using As I Am as an example, they're a wildly popular natural hair care brand with many great ingredients across their products. And there are reviews all over YouTube on them, and I'm sure they create many a natural's favorites. But the way I see it, their price point is the same or higher than many of the amazing brands I have on the shelves behind me. But the difference is, in addition to the amazing ingredients, there are also questionable ones, whereas there are none in the products behind me. To throw the brand some credit, there is definitely worse out there, but there are a few ingredients I steer clear of. And before anyone comes after me for making potentially uninformed decisions, my decisions are based on several months of my dedicated research and knowledge that legit sources may legit have financial ties to the cosmetic industry and also are strongly encouraged to present borderline ingredients in a good light. And just to note, I'm also aware that for so many chemical ingredients, you just need to trust that a certain percentage is not breached, but the hair products industry is not regulated to the point where I can trust that that quality check is taking place. I very much prefer to not have to trust that a certain ingredient does not make it more than 0.5% of the formulation, at which point the thing becomes toxic or starts to release formaldehydes and demons. How often are bromine, fenugreek, cocoa butter, camellia oil, plantain leaves, ambunu leaves, or even carbomer 980, capryl hydroxamic acid, or cocamidopropyl betaine threatening to pummel me with carcinogens if they exceed a certain percentage? Never, to my knowledge. I prefer to replace my parabens, sulfates, PEGs, polysorbates with non-controversial, safe chemical ingredients, or better yet, Ayurvedic or other herbs and spices that may have the same effect. If you've been watching my Black-Owned Brand series, you'll see I get amazing results without the harsh chemical accompaniments. So why pay extra for fillers, potentially harmful ingredients, and I don't know, think of a third because things always sound better in threes. In this video, I'll call out 6 ingredients I came across in my relatively quick review of the products and why I'm not using them. I'd love to offer you the statistics I do for my other ingredient reviews. This brand has X number of products using X number of ingredients across the whole collection, but given I will not be putting this brand on UptightCurls.com, at least at this moment, we did not go through the trouble of pulling those statistics. I will be the first person to tell you I'm not a formulating chemist or an otherwise chemist, but as someone with no chemistry background at all, I don't like seeing warnings about potential nervous system and reproductive system or endocrine toxicity. When I'm in CVS, when we're not in a pandemic and I feel comfortable going into a CVS, and I'm reading a label, I don't want to see warnings pop up on my initial Google search, then I have to sit down for 45 minutes reading opposing articles that I can hardly understand given the chemical jargon. I've never read a controversial article about Sterile alcohol. Given the products behind me, and I've seen the ingredients, and the way they work in my hair, it is just not necessary to put what I don't want in my hair or my body via my scalp. Be sure to check out UptightCurlsByAmanda.com to search for products by ingredients. I've never mentioned this, but yes, my website is UptightCurls.com, but we did maintain my original domain, Uptight Curls by Amanda, and left the product finder there, so you can go direct. For a refresher on the 6 ingredients I'm about to highlight, check out my no list on UptightCurls.com. And just in case you're wondering who we is me and Nick, my husband. He helps me with the coding and database aspect of my website. Here are my 6 reasons. 6 doesn't sound like a lot, but I searched a large number of products and all of them contained at least one of them. Reason 1 is PEGs, and these are in many of the products across the collection. I have talked about PEGs a few times in the past. They are a kind of silicone and work as a surfactant, solubilizer, emollient, emulsifier, foaming agent, and even fragrance. But it's possible that it can start to release 1,4-dioxane, a carcinogen, in the manufacturing process. In my research, I've discovered numerous ingredients that can cover the same list of benefits, so why choose this one? Number 2 is Steroconium chloride. This is an antistatic, preservative, and surfactant. Note, cocamidopropyl betaine is also a safe chemical surfactant, and ambunu leaves and amla are both natural cleansers. It is a cheaper alternative to arguably better cleansers and conditioners, and it has potential to cause skin and eye irritation. and if used above a recommended percentage, can have nervous system effects. Number 3 is polysorbates. These are emulsifiers, surfactants, and can add fragrance as well. They are fine enough as a standalone chemical, but in hair products, they are likely treated with ethylene oxide, as are PEGs, and 1,4-dioxane again can appear. The number following polysorbates, and I believe I saw 20, 40, and 60 across the collection, indicates the number of parts of ethylene oxides it is treated with. Number 4 is triethanolamine, or TEA. Now this one I've read about in many sources, however I was unable to find what looked like unbiased reviews. Everything started out with what seemed like sound chemical information to prove its safety, but the article would end by promoting products containing it. And for me, it is a red flag to follow up a chemical review with a call for purchase. All in all, triethanolamine is a pH adjuster. But that being said, consensus is that it has literally no other benefits for your hair or skin. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know I'd come across quite a few pH adjusters in my research, so I did a click Control F or find on my ingredients page on uptightcurls.com and found another few pH adjusters that also provided benefits. Chebe, aminopropanediol, which is also a chemical with potentially no other benefits, but I have not found a single article suggesting it might be unsafe. Henna, benzoic acid that also serves as a preservative and to decrease inflammation, and the mineral potassium, which of course has other amazing benefits. This all being said, I'll say again that I am not a formulating chemist. But given this was the first time I had come across this ingredient, there are other brands out there using other ingredients to balance the pH. This product has a 1 to 5 on EWG, the Environmental Working Group, a trusted source, and notes it as having moderate non-reproductive organ system and high contamination concerns. Citing specifically nitrosamines, which are impurities that can show up in both DEA and TEA, nitrosamines will never be on a product label because they are simply impurities and a byproduct, but there are related cancer, organ, and endocrine concerns. Whether the amounts found in products raises concern or not, I prefer to err on the side of caution and just avoid. Number 5 is coumarin. This raises a red flag as a 4 to 5 on EWG, and it is banned in some countries because this natural ingredient may aid liver damage and trigger allergies in sensitive individuals. It is lavender scented and it is used as a fragrance ingredient. It does naturally occur, as I said, and it is safe to eat in foods where it does naturally occur. But the FDA does not permit coumarin to be added to foods. But this restriction is another area the cosmetics industry falls short where it concerns health. Synthetically derived coumarin is not recommended both topically and orally. It is actually found in a lot of cosmetic products, so the problem is it can add up throughout your skincare routine. If your total daily intake reaches a certain easily attainable level, the risks can include liver damage, triggering allergies for sensitive people, triggering issues for people with existing heart conditions. It is cancer causing, and it has explicitly been listed as an ingredient to avoid in children's products. If you ask me, how about not using it in adult products either? We're people too. This being said by a mother of 2 young kids, I also want to stay safe so I can watch them grow up. Number 6 is Anise Alcohol. This was a tough one, but I mentioned it only because I did find multiple sources recommending against it, just not explaining why well enough for me to translate. So yes, it was hard to find definitive scientific research, but it is an EWG 3 to 4. I much prefer to find studies and articles written, but when I can't find anything definitive, I do fall back on EWG, and 3 to 4 is not a good rating. I don't like anything above 2. This is also used as a fragrance ingredient, but it can potentially cause skin irritation and serious eye damage. So those are my 6 flags, and I did not look much further. Were there not other amazing products out there that contain only safe ingredients, I'd be torn. People have been using hair products such as these for decades, as Nick will keep telling me, and many of them are living healthy and well into their 80s, 90s, and beyond. But why take the risk that you might be sensitive to something and something happens? How many people are even looking to their hair care and their skin care routines to see where they might have gone wrong? So don't allow it to be an option. If you're an avid, as I am, user, let me know if this video has encouraged you to maybe check out some of the brands I recommend on my channel, my Instagram, or on my website. If you're anything like me and many of my subscribers, you put a ton of effort into your hair care, so why not give it your best shot? I'm not the one to enjoy putting out a negative video, despite my Mayel is canceled video, still almost a year later being my most popular video on a daily basis. But I also feel like I'm presenting facts, and that these brands have a responsibility to put their customers first. So my hope is that those who can make a difference will see this video and maybe choose better and safer ingredients that people are putting in their hair and their bodies, and maybe as I am, we'll even remove these and replace them with some of the amazing ingredients that you can find out there. That's all for now, and let me know if you enjoyed this content. This is my first time putting out a video like this, so I'd like to gauge whether or not you would like more like this. Completely unrelated, I did recently start a Facebook group, Uptight Curls Community Forum. I would love for you to join us to just have general hair care discussions. That is the whole purpose, just to have an area for us all to connect, because I talk with so many of you individually, offline, and in the comments and all of that, and I figured it would be just nice to have an open forum where everyone can learn together. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you like my videos and haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. Like, comment, and share, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Thanks, and have a good one.